earlier in the week, Las Vegas Raiders wide receiver Davante Adams was quoted in saying, "We're climbing right now." Now, full disclosure, I didn't see the press conference. I just saw, what some people had wrote about it, what some of the reporters had written about it, and I don't even need to take a look at the press conference to know this. The Las Vegas Raiders are ready to make some noise. Like, we have touched on it all offseason. It is getting to the point now where it's probably getting redundant. But I have to be honest here. A couple years ago, not a couple, what was it? 13 years ago. I suck at math. The point is, in 2009, I had a sixth sense. I had a feeling the Vikings were going to make some noise. Made it all the way to the NFC Championship game. It was what it was. A couple years after that, the Seahawks went to the Super Bowl. I had the same kind of a feeling. It was just deep in my gullet, deep in my gut. I had a feeling that the Seahawks were going to be making some noise. And then this year, and it's been in spurts over the last couple of years. 2017 was the year for the Vikings, my specific team, and then the Raiders. This last year, I was kind of singing the tunes that they were probably going to make the playoffs, and they did. I'm not usually right, just ask my wife. But I will say that I've got a good feeling about the Raiders this year. I know. You don't want to give them too much credit because it is the offseason. There's still a lot of excitement facing a lot of NFL teams right now. But let's be real about something. The Raiders are in position to have one of the best offenses in the entire NFL now. I know we came out with our offensive power rankings and they weren't in it, but just because of the offensive line, that's the only question for me right now. Obviously Colton Miller is going to start at that left tackle position. After that, I don't know. Dylan Parham, in my opinion, should start at center or guard or anywhere. Just put the rookie in. I think he will not disappoint. Andre James, I think PFF pointed out that after week 7, he was one of the top graded centers in the entire game. So great. If you start Andre James at center, put Dylan Parham at guard. I don't care. But if you just look at the weapons, if we're just talking about weapons, Josh Jacobs, Darren Waller, Devonta Adams, Hunter Renfrow, D-Rob out there as well. So, even Keelan Cole could be that number 3 wide receiver as well. And at the same time, Josh McDaniels uses his tight ends more than anybody. I mean, that was just something we saw last year with the Patriots. You have Darren Waller and Foster Renfrow, who Foster Moreau. That's Foster Renfrow. That's great. Foster Moreau, who is honestly, I think could have a big year. And there's a lot of other undrafted free agents that we've touched on throughout the offseason. I think that could make some noise. But I think as a team as a whole, the Raiders are in a position where, their defense is literally like the 1998 Minnesota Vikings defense. It's going to be a story of don't get drugged up and down the field and just get a couple of turnovers, stop teams a couple of times, and the Raiders will win the game. It's literally the idea of the Raiders will put up more points, most likely, than pretty much most teams in the NFL if their defense can get off the field. It doesn't need to be a top 5 defense. It doesn't, because Derek Carr and the rest of this offense will take care of the rest. If this defense, again, this is another one of my concerns. But by the way, the defense also has gotten a lot better. Max Crosby, Chandler Jones. I felt like Kyler Fackrell was kind of an underrated get for the Raiders this offseason. Malcolm Kuntz, play this man, please. Trayvon Moore had a dynamite rookie season, as did Nate Hobbs last year. Trayvon Mullen Jr., if he can live up to that potential, baby, oh baby, oh baby. I'm really excited about the Raiders defense. I felt like they got mountains better, but at the same time, I know it's a young corner room. I know that there's some other question marks. Is Jayon Brown the right guy to bring out a linebacker? Yes, is the short answer. Denzel Perryman really had, in my opinion, a rejuvenation year last year for his career with the Raiders. So, you have a guy that can run sideline to sideline. You've got a young secondary that I think can make plays. And you've got possibly the best edge rushing duo in the entire NFL. The Las Vegas Raiders are ready to make some noise. I think at the end of the day, it might take a little bit to get going. I understand all of that. But Josh McDaniels, Dave Ziegler, they've done a lot of great things with the Raiders organization so far, bringing in a lot of key players, re-signing ones that will be here for the next 3 or 4 years that will be key cogs in this franchise and organization. So I'm going to say it for the third and final time. I do believe the Las Vegas Raiders are ready to make some noise and are finally ready to put themselves in the position of where they want to be. And I do think they could contend for a Super Bowl this year. But let us know what you guys think. Make sure you guys like and subscribe down below. Leave a like and a comment. It helps people find the show. We greatly appreciate all the support that we've gotten and continue to get. You guys are all truthfully awesome. We love every single one of you. Down in the description below, you'll find all of our social media platforms. Give us a like and a follow there. Also, remember to give us a listen and sub on iTunes. And finally, if you have anything else you'd like us to cover, send us an email at thesportsbp@yahoo.com or put in the comment section down below, and we would love to cover it. But let us know what you guys think about the Las Vegas Raiders, who are ready to make some noise.